From the majestic Appalachian Mountains to the sandy Outer Bank beaches, there is much to appreciate about the natural beauty of North Carolina. Among the flora, some scientists also see potential economic opportunities in the nearly 5,000 native plant species. North Carolina is one of the most biodiverse regions in the country. In our latest installment of our North Carolina Rising series, Christine Rogers visits the Bent Creek Institute in Asheville, which is exploring ways to help develop natural medicinal botanicals and tap into the international natural products industry.
I actually grew up in these mountains, and I think that Western North Carolina is an incredibly special place. This region remained unglaciated in the last 3 ice ages, which is pretty special. So this portion of the continent, as the glaciers receded, served as the seed source to reseed the rest of North America all the way up, which is incredibly important from a genetic point of view. This is the source material.
Joanne McCoy believes this source material is so important it needs to be preserved and studied. As part of her research and conservation efforts at the Bent Creek Institute, she collects native plant specimens across the state.
This is black cohosh, and this is about the stage and the time of the year when they harvest it. So when we take a sample, we want a portion of the root and also the fruit.
Specimens are placed in a plant press, and GPS coordinates are recorded to note the exact location where the plants were harvested.
We would love to get as many of these species in our seed bank as possible. And in the meantime, we love the fact that we can provide research specimens for our area regional researchers also, and put science behind the medicinal properties of a lot of these plants. So it's just an exciting concept and project. So these are controlled pollination regeneration cages.
Along with wild seed collection, Bent Creek develops its own controlled seed samples.
If a researcher needed a lot of plant material for a research project and they want the same material from the same accession repeatedly so they can repeat the research results, we would use this method instead of unsustainably harvesting it from the wild.
The seed bank is officially known as the Medicinal Plant Germplasm Repository, the only one of its kind in North America. It's here where plant specimens are dried and prepared for conservation.
After these specimens are completely dried, then we mount them on this acid-free paper.
The seeds are harvested along with the plant material and stored in specially designed cabinets.
This is Xanthorrhiza simplicissima. This, you can see the yellow, that's the berberin. This was a very well known common remedy for colds used by settlers, and also it has a history of use by the Cherokee.
This germ bank is patterned after the Nordic gene bank in Norway, which backs up every gene bank in the world.
Well, right now, with temperature changes and the threat of the zone creep, it's really imperative to get as many species into seed banks as possible. And seed banking is the best method to store long-term to preserve species.
The lab is also developing a plant extract library that will allow researchers to analyze the properties and potential benefits of botanicals.
It's really something that's designed. It's sort of a way of taking that plant material and manipulating it enough so that the researchers can run it through their equipment and try to determine what is making up this plant, and is there something in there that we can use either as medicine or as some kind of natural product. You know, most shampoos and those type of things have extracts of botanicals in them, and since we have such a diverse flora here in North Carolina, not all of it's been looked at, that this really is a prime opportunity to explore some of these and see what our native plants can provide in terms of natural products.
Unlocking the secrets of North Carolina's biodiversity and exploring related potential economic development opportunities is what the Bent Creek Institute is trying to foster.
What we want to do is take the advancement in life science, biotechnology, and other sciences in North Carolina and beyond, and build a scientifically validated commercial sector around botanical medicines and what we refer to as natural biotechnology.
Bent Creek is located on the campus of the North Carolina Arboretum. It began as a project of the Arboretum and the University of North Carolina, with support from the NC Biotechnology Center. The hope is the work that is going on at BCI will lead to the development of botanical medicine companies that will look to BCI for assistance and new product discovery.
The possibilities with integrative health are really pretty endless right now. You know, there's a general movement nationally, internationally, back to the natural. We see it in foods, we see it in organic products, we see it in medicine and the cost of health care and the complications of sort of the single molecule pharmaceutical model that we've had for the last number of decades.
In a new area of medicinal botanical research, Bent Creek is studying plant fungi, known as endophytes, to see what disease-fighting properties they might have.
And what endophytes are, endo means in and phyte means plant. So an endophyte is a fungi that grows inside the plant. And the best analogy for me to explain is that similar to our gut microflora, that are beneficial microbes in our system, plants have the same thing, and that's what these are.
Ask anyone here and they will tell you the possibilities for botanicals are endless, and that researchers are only beginning to scratch the surface. The hope is botanicals might have the potential to fix what ails us physically and economically.
I think the potential is very great. I think a really good idea would be to attract more companies who are going to develop the products here so that there is a definite market for the growers before they grow.
And all of the biodiversity and botanical diversity that we have here, which is so important nationally, internationally, we believe those things have to be conserved, but we also believe they have perhaps keys to economic development and job creation that are untapped.
The Bent Creek Institute currently has about 750 preserved plant specimens. It hopes to double that number in the next 2 years. To find out more about the program or any of the other stories we featured in our North Carolina Rising series, visit our website at unctv.org/ncrising.